What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Cutie Content Guy, and I am back for a brand new review. Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode 5, Sunshine and Sexting. Um, hmm. This episode, this episode, mm, this episode. It was an episode. It's only episode 5, child. When is the show gonna be over with? Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend who knows a friend who knows a friend who knows that one friend that will tell that other friend to come over to the channel, enjoy the content. Let's get into this thing. Let's get into the thing. Let's get into the things and things. All right, let me get to my notes. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I'm loving it. Let me see. Okay. We pick up where the girls left off, Wendy doing all that damn hollering and everything. And pretty much they're talking about Stacey and Chris Samuels. Okay. Like, okay. Um, Stacey says Chris Samuels is a great guy. She adores him. He's a great father, a good friend. And she's like, well, how do you know this? How do you know he's a good father? How do you know he's a good friend? Ashley, shut up. Shut up. Like whatever y'all were trying to do, it didn't work. Like this wasn't no tea. It wasn't no, it wasn't like all that hollering that Wendy was doing. Like it ain't like, okay. She no Chris Samuels. Got it. Cool. Next. Um Ashley is like, oh, I'm sorry. She says we have a lot in common. I think she said something about he goes around tell people she's talking something like that. And Angel was like, Chris wouldn't do that. I know Chris. He's one of Bobby's mentors. That don't mean you know him like that, right? Or does it mean that I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Angel. So he was pretty much saying he's not going out there running his mouth or whatever. And just pretty much Stacey was like, listen and listen good to Ashley. He's a good, I have a husband. In the confessional, Wendy was like, Ashley, here you come trying to save Captain Savo. Like, let it go. Just when we were getting to Gizelle's business. And they're like, well, have you met Monique? And she's like, no. And Stacey was like, well, aren't you her friend? And they're like, yeah. And she's like, oh, great. Hope to meet her one day. My whole thing is, why does it matter? It's not like Stacey and Monique were girlfriends, were best friends. You was hanging out, braiding each other's hair, having sleepovers and all that kind of stuff. So if she talks to Chris Samuels, I don't get what the issue is. If she went on a date with Chris Samuels, if she slept with Chris Samuels, what does it have to do with anything? Nothing. Her and Monique have no kind of relationship. They're not friends at all. They don't even know each other. So what does it matter? You're trying to find something that's just not working. Nobody cares about Chris Samuels. Y'all ain't said Chris Samuels' name since season 5. The season where Gizelle was scared to sit on the stage with Chris when he was in the back. Yeah, that season. Wasn't that season 5? I think that was season 5. Yeah. So why are we talking about Chris Samuels now? It doesn't matter. Who cares? And Gizelle, you and Monique not friends. And Ashley, are you and Monique friends? So I don't get what the problem is. So let's leave it alone. They go back inside and sing a happy birthday to Wendy. Kay says she's not in the mood. She's going to bed. She allowed Angel to stay. She said, yeah, girl, you can stay. Only for a little while, though. Then you got to come back home. You can stay. They play a truth or drinking game. Wendy says she had a crush. One of the questions is, do you have, Ash always want to be a hoe. And she's like, well, do you have any crush on any women? And Wendy says, I had a crush on a girl, a stripper that was in Club Stadium, which is a club in DC. And Tia says she got a crush on Rachel Maddox. Okay. They asked Jazzy, "Do you believe that Darius is still cheating or having infractions?" They say, she says no. He's not having any fractions. They asked Angel if she could kill anybody in the room. Who would it be? She says it'd be Gizelle. She said, Gizelle, I've been nothing but nice to you. You called me a catfish. But let me tell you something. I'm that motherfucker. I'm not no catfish. Girl, it didn't. It didn't do what you thought it did. Like you standing up, somebody, I'm that motherfucker. I'm not no cat. It didn't do what you thought it did. It was just giving like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, like, oh, okay. It's the next day. Angel says she's very disappointed in Gizelle. Um, Gizelle and Angel are talking. She starts crying. And I'm like, where did this come from? Giselle's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, by no means did I want to hurt you. She says, I looked at you as a bigger sister. My experience with these girls are just messed up now. It's not something I expected to encounter, especially from you and from you being a mom. Why do people do that? Why do they throw that out there? Like, well, because you're a mom too. We all like, what does that have to do with you putting filtered photos online? Um, Giselle says I asked the question. I apologize. I pretty much had no intentions of hurting you. I think you're a beautiful woman. I just want to see you put that on Instagram. Like I want to see you put that on Instagram. I want to see you being a beautiful woman on Instagram. Like be yourself. Don't go to the Apple store. Don't type in the app. Don't download it, and don't pay for the membership to Photoshop your pictures. I mean, if you want to put like a little filter here and there, cool. Everybody does it, but girl. Um, Giselle says, "Can I give you a hug?" And she's like, "No, I'm not okay." In a confessional, she says, "My appearance shouldn't affect anything. I have a husband, something she doesn't." Um, um, Giselle was like, "I'm not body shaming her. I was talking about her face." And on top of that, Giselle never said the girl was ugly. She just pretty much said, "Girl, it looked like two different people." Also, I was a little confused about like where this conversation came from because in later on we learned about where it comes from. But I was a little confused about where it came from because I'm like, you are upset because of what? She didn't call you fat. She didn't call you ugly. She just simply said, like, girl, I saw you and Tia hanging down the street. Well, I saw Tia with some girl. I didn't know that was you. That looks nothing like you. And then she's like, um, Angel's like, I used to be a broadcaster on a red carpet doing interviews. My appearance is everything. What does that have to do with you using filters? What does that have to do with you using filters? Anybody help me. Because I'm like, girl, that has nothing to do with you using filters. So anyway. Um Kay and Ashley go and have a talk. And she says she was upset with the insensitive jokes. And then the Wendy of it all. She's upset with Wendy and then Jazzy add on to make it to just pile on to it. And she says it makes her not want to be open with the other ladies. Um they felt like it was rude that Kay left. Um Wendy says she's just pretty much not being herself, whatever. She's not my friend. Angel was like, Bobby don't play about me. Girl, what? Yeah, because he was ready to hop on the jet, the plane, and come on out here. Bobby don't play about me. Then they do a flashback of Bobby saying, Giselle's almost 60-year-old woman. Let's pull up some pictures from her past. But Giselle always been cute. Like, and I don't even go up for water ankles, but she always been cute. Angel, you are making this bigger than what it actually is. Nobody said anything about your weight. Nobody said anything. People simply said, girl, that's you. Oh, excuse me, because it did not look like you. It looked like somebody totally different. That looked nothing like you at all. So this issue that you're trying to find, or this whole, like, I guess, sympathy card you're trying to pull or whatever, girl, save it, because you not telling the truth. You're not being honest, and you're not telling the truth. The truth ain't in you, and you're not being honest right now. There's no way. Again, like I said, there's no way. I watch the episodes. I take notes. I didn't hear the girl call you fat. I didn't hear the girl say nothing about your say that you was ugly. She just simply said what everybody else said. We went to the internet and looked you up, girl. We was like, well, who's that? Who was that? Because that ain't no damn angel. Who's that? That's all we saying. So I don't know. So I don't know what you done ran down there and told your husband. But Bobby, mind your business. You've been in a lot of episodes. Mind your business. Go back to do what men do. Mind your business. Leave this to the ladies. Because you're getting involved. And I'm just saying, that's two different girls. There's two different girls. This two different girls. This two different girls. I don't care what angle. There's two different girls. Filtered down. Two different girls. That's all I'm saying. So, the ladies go to Alex Hamilton's house. They learn about the history about him, and the lady is making a comment about how he died, and she's pretty much like, well, he was in a duel. It was supposed to be friendly battle, but something happened, and he ended up dying. So Wendy out the blue was like, um, that's how some friendships are. People think you're your friends, really hate you. They'll stab you in your back and shoot you in your face and kill you while you dead.
Yes. Oh.
So, oh, I had the same look Ashley had on her face, like, girl, where is this coming from? So Kate was like, girl, leave it. Either say their names or leave it on the playground. Say their names or leave it on the playground. You doing all that yah rah rah? Keep it. Um, Tia asked Angel how she's feeling. She says um, especially since she just had a baby, she said she's still trying to process. Um, and Tia was like, it wasn't nice to pretty much, say that to you in front of everybody. And Jazzy was like, well, Tia, you was at the table saying that. Tia said, um, if it was me, I would have addressed it, but I would have addressed it in a different way. I would have pulled her to the side and addressed it. They're walking outside, and Angel is explaining how she's been a wag wife for 10 years, and how she's been a wag wife for 10 years, and the reason she's been like that is because she actually used to walk up to the girls and like got to know the younger girls and stuff like that. I don't know where that conversation came from. And Jazzy is like, you seem so different from last night than you do now. Um, you seem open, you seem happy, you seem like you want to be around people. And today you're just like irritated or whatever. You just don't seem like you did last night. So um she said, well, I was annoyed last night. And she was like, I was annoyed last night, baby. And Jazzy was like,
Wait a minute, hold up.
like, girl, you was what? You didn't see, so you, when you annoyed, you throw high fives and give out hugs? And she like, yeah. Okay. So they do a flashback. Come to find out, when it was time for the ladies to leave, Angel went over to Kay's room and actually went to Kay and told Kay pretty much what had happened. And Kay was already in there pouting and all that kind of stuff, and sitting there talking about how she was tired and the ladies are late and this and that. And what Angel do? Yeah, girl, I agree. These hoes, bitches, girl, I'm sick of them. I'm tired of these hoes. They ain't about to play with me. This and that. Real negative Nancy. Just nasty. Um, So in the confessional, Jazzy is like, girl, okay, okay, So we got a catfish in you, a catfish in the face, and a catfish in personality. Angel is what is it, Jacqueline Hyde, with two different girls and two different personalities. I just it Angel just don't she just it ain't it. It ain't it. It ain't it. I'm sorry. It just ain't it. Angel, you I don't you not meant for this show. And the thing is, I was looking at some podcasts over the weekend, and I feel like people don't be honest, right? I feel like people don't everybody's trying to be nice. Do I want to say nice? Everybody's trying to be nice and this and that, and when in reality it's just like this girl not made for the show. Now, unless something changes and later on in the season, we 5 episodes in, and Angel, we don't even know y'all talk about y'all don't know who Stacey is. We don't know who Angel is. Will the real Angel please stand up? Like, what is happening here? So it was confusing to me. I don't think she's a good fit. People talking about, oh no, she just trying to please Gizelle, and she just, she don't want to go against Gizelle and this and that. What does that have to do with her stand up? Like, child, when I get my child, let me just move on because she ain't about to stress me out. Stacey is like, oh, so we get back to the house or whatever. So Stacey's like, y'all been pointing the finger at me, this whole time. Let's point the finger at, let's point I'm pointing the finger back at Gizelle. Ashley was like, well, you're a liar. Ashley, girl, if you don't shut your motherfucking big forehead ass up. So she was like, you're a liar. And side note, did y'all see Ashley kids again? Them grown ass boys, the Menendez twins. So Stacey, excuse me, Ashley was like, "You be lying," and she was like, like what?" She was like, "You be lying," and Gizelle was like, "Well, you lying about Chris Samuels." What is she lying about Chris Samuels with, and why the fuck does it matter? Like, why does it matter? If she slept with Chris Samuels, if she didn't sleep with him, if she went on a date with him, if she did, if he bought her something, if he didn't, why the fuck does it matter? Y'all not cool with Monique. She don't know Monique. Monique not in the group. What's the problem? What's the problem? Like, yeah, y'all should try. So Wendy was like, roll it back. We staying on Sean and we staying on Sean. About who you dealing with, Gizelle. And pretty much Gizelle was like, she needs to get serious about her future. Girl, you damn near 60 years old talking about you need to get serious about your future. Either you gonna date and marry somebody, or you gonna be single and keep sleeping around. Like, it's one of the two things. And she had a conversation with her father before he passed, and he was just pretty much saying you need to find you somebody. So she's like, he makes me feel comfortable. He fits a shoe or some stupid shit they were saying. And then they asked if she had sex with the man. She was like, I'm not talking about that. We know you to fuck the man, girl. She said Grace that met him or Adore, one of them damn kids. So then Wendy gives this long ass, well, Gizelle protects her heart. And I'm so happy for Gizelle. I'm so happy. And I think I can say this because she's my friend. I'm so happy for Gizelle. And I just want the best for her. And Gizelle was like, oh, okay, thank you. And in the confessional, did you catch it in the confessional? Gizelle said, well, I guess we're friends now. Okay. Okay. Tia talks about how she met her husband. She said she met him in London. Of course, her family had pushback because he wasn't Nigerian. Wendy is feeling sick. So they're trying to, get her in the van with some AC and stuff like that. She said she thinks she might have caught something before she came on the trip. Everybody's in this, they're shopping and they're talking about like sexting their husbands or whatever. Because Angel said she sent Bobby something, a sexy text or something like that. And Stacey said she's going to try it. And she texted her husband. It was funny because to me it was funny. Stacey like sent this picture. She was like, sex with me? And he was like, and then she put like this picture almost like her waving. And he texted back, he was like, I think you had the wrong number. So the girls, Ashley couldn't wait to run outside to tell the boss. Remember Nevis says we go back and run back and tell your boss. So she couldn't wait to go back outside and tell Gizelle, what happened. And she was like, Gizelle, girl, guess what? Stacey texted her husband and he said, who is this? Girl, Ashley.
Girl, please stop talking. Please.
Ashley, girl, shut the fuck up. And go text Josh, old ugly ass, and them grown ass fucking kids. And Gizelle, girl, you ain't even got no goddamn body to be texting. And y'all bitches too old to be fucking sending text messages like that any damn way. So the ladies are out eating, and Angel was like, am I on the menu tonight? And they all joke and laugh, whatever. And she said, because I'm ready for y'all tonight. Girl, shut up. No, you're not. Gizelle tells Kay that Wendy was offended. She said, I was tired, and I was also hurt by what was going on earlier with my friend. Ashley was like, and before Kay could finish, Ashley was like, oh, well, it's good because Angel had the opportunity to hang out with us, and we got to see like pretty much a different side. And Angel and Jazzy was like, but Angel said she ain't have a good time, and Angel was like, no, I was pissed. I didn't have a good time. And she was still feeling it for the dinner, and when she slept on it, she woke up, she was feeling angry. At the Tia jumps in and she was like, if I want somebody to tell me that too. So then Jazzy turns to her and she's like, you have a lot of filters. You use a lot of filters. And Tia was like, oh, okay, thanks. Is Jazzy looking for a moment? Okay. Where am I at? Kay says, thank you for telling me. Thank you for letting me know. Wendy seems so nonchalant. She says, I have to be honest with you, Jazz. I was very hurt about what you were saying. I talked about Wendy, saying I talked about Wendy because we're in a good place. And Jazzy was like, well, I was hurt by you too because you were sharing intimate. I was having an intimate conversation with you. You were sharing those details. And Kate was like, honey, I just stated the facts. And out the blue, Jazzy was like, something, something, something. Are you jealous? Maybe the table was like, so Jazzy was like, jealous. Oh, excuse me. Kay was like, jealous. Jealous. What am I gonna be jealous of? And she kept saying, like, because something about what Wendy said. And everybody at the table was like, okay, well, what did she say? Like, say what she said because you're not saying anything. You're just sitting there looking stupid. You're not saying anything. So Jazzy was like, well, you also lied on me too because you said my man had 2 children. Stop the track. Let me state facts. Your ass got up here last season when they was in Miami for Wendy's birthday. No, excuse me, for Mia. No, who they was in Miami, right? Or was they in Charlotte? They was somewhere. And you got your ass up there. And you said, well, Darius, he had 2 children either during or before me. That's what you said. You told us that he had 2 kids. That's what you told us. Get your lie right. Get your lie right. If you want to try to, go back to back with somebody, get your lie right. So Kay started speaking about it, and Gizelle was like, girl, just leave it alone, leave it alone. So she said, she said, you lied to my man had 2 children and he doesn't. And Kay was like, But that's pretty much that's what you said. She was like, what does he have? 1? What does he have? 2? I'm just trying to keep up. Kay was like, I can't be responsible and I can't own up to what I said if you're not telling me what I said. And everybody's like, tell her, like, tell us what she said. And Jazzy in the confessional was pretty much like, oh, Kay said that Wendy was a snake. Excuse me, Wendy was not to be trusted. Girl, is that the information you got? Is that the information you got? Because you could have kept that. If that's the information you got, you could have kept that. That. So, in the confessional, they said, well, how upset would Wendy be if she knew what Kay said about her? And she said an 8.5. Child. I don't care. Until you tell us what she said, I don't care. When you tell us what she said, then we'll care again. So that was that. So we'll see what happens next week. On Watch What Happens Live, it was Tia and Karamo up there. I don't know what Karamo did to his face. I don't know what Karamo did to his face. Or I don't know if it's just me, but it seemed like he did something to his face. It could just be me, but I felt like he did something to his face. So I don't know, but Andy was annoyed with him, and because they pretty much is asking about the Wendy case, and Tia was like, well, it's the bottom lip. It's something. Karamada did something to his face, girl. Girl. Maybe I want y'all to say, maybe stay from under the table, child. Stay from under the table, honey. Y'all don't be happy with yourselves. Stay from under the knife. If y'all not getting Kris Jenner kind of work, baby, stay from under the knife. Stay from under the knife. So he pretty much was like, Wendy's a stunt queen. I said, oh, girl, look at this. Then the lips dry, shit. He was like, Wendy's a stunt queen. And they was like, oh. He was like, yeah, she's a stunt queen. She's just like a gay. She's a stunt queen. I saw the ring 1 minute, and I didn't see the ring 1 minute. But Wendy's a stunt queen.
What?
Wendy's a stunt queen. That was his reaction, honey. And Andy was not happy about it. You hear me? He was not happy. Anyway, y'all, that's my review. I will see y'all next week. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.